This
We're
call is
going
being
live.
recorded.
We're going live right now. We're live on Spreaker, and we're also live on Uber Conference, so that those people want to call in, you get me, and then I will upload the show if I get some calls. If not, it's cool because it's just y'all listening to me right now. So I'm on Bluetooth and I'm on the phone. So I'm sitting at the hookah shop right now looking crazy. And I know a lot of y'all like, hey, this throws the pattern off. Well, for some reason, my wife ain't have to go to work tonight. So I'm lucky. I'm lucky enough to be able to stick around here. So nobody coming to the Uber conference. So let me go to my Uber conference page. I'm going over to the page because I want to see something real quick. But hey, first off, I want to thank those that may listen later on as a podcast. But I want to make sure that y'all are able to hear me, make sure that it's being recorded at this point in time, and look like everything is going good. So we cool. So now let's just jump right into some stuff I need to talk about. This might be a quick show because it's been an exciting week for me because I got my new running shoes. So I've been experimenting with them. And y'all know that I jump in. When I jump in hard, I jump in deep. So right now, I done did 2-3 mile runs. You know, I done started too fast once again. So now I can't even walk. My calves are killing me, and my calves are killing me, and I have to go on and do something now to kind of relieve the pain. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna have to do something because it's killing me, man. And I got to run again on Sunday. So, hold on. All right, I got to the hookah shop late, so I have to kind of adjust my equipment so I can make sure that I'm doing everything I need to do. So my charger keep falling out, and I don't want the show to cut off in the middle of it. So I had to move some stuff around. So now I'm back. So it's been an excellent week because I've been able to go and do these workouts and experiment with these shoes. I'm gonna continue updating y'all. Now, the first piece that I noticed is that my calves are burning even more than when I started with my Vibrams. But I think when I got my Vibrams, I had been, excuse me, I hadn't been on a break as long as I have with um, I haven't been on a break that long, and plus I'm getting older. So now my calves are burning, so it's hard for me to walk. So I'm walking real slow. And what's crazy is I got young people challenging me. I had a young track star at my job. She challenged me to a race, you know, and I had to put it on her. She claimed it's her shoes. I beat her. And she claimed it's her shoes, so she gonna go bring some track shoes or whatever Spider-Man type shoes she gonna put on and come to work and try to embarrass me. But hey, it's going down, because I'm experimenting with these shoes and I'm getting some good effects right now. Like I said, after I get past the calf burning and stuff, I'm gonna be cool now. So I done did several shows this week. I'm gonna do a quick review of the shows that I did. For those that don't know, on Tuesdays I do a show called Folktales for Grown Folks, and the folktale that I covered was called The Swollen Fox. And I was joined on that show by brother Kevin, and Nation Builder of the Year for Simba this year. And it was an excellent conversation. So if you get a chance, check out The Swollen Fox on my show called Folktales for Grown Folks. It was a very, the folktale is okay. The discussion was good, because you got some folktales that are real good. You got those that are so-so, and you got those that are not so good. This one was so-so. But the conversation, because it was a honor, because the young man that I was conversating with is one of my sons. So he came on and he brought a piece of the folk tale that I didn't even catch. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call it wisdom wine, because we all get a little something from it, and we need to take time to get it. On Wednesday, I have the show tribal quotes, where I'm walking people through the Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, and we was on day 58, and we did a quote from a person by the name of Matthew Arnold, Mohandas Gandhi, and a Kenyan proverb. All powerful, excellent conversation. I was joined by Ms. Dark and So Lovely. Excellent conversation. And those of you that like the conversation with me and Miss So Dark and Lovely, because she know how to take me there. So it's like she's a Pisces too. So she thinks in her way, I think in my way, and the conversation was excellent. I'm challenging some of y'all to come out and join me on some of these conversations because it makes the show. I'm not going away. So the bottom line is, you might as well join the show. Those of you that's popping in and listening every now and then, you might as well join the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Come out and join me for a hookah. Let me buy you a hookah. If you don't smoke, let me buy you some coffee. I'm not smoking. I'm not smoking at this point in time of my life, but I'm drinking me some coffee. And the shows are going good. And the beautiful part is, I was able to do 2 on mile 3s. For those that have been following me, y'all know that on mile 3 is my show that I only could do after I run 3 miles, right? So I've been running those 3 miles, and a new concept came to me while I was running. And it's called spirituality lacking physicality. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm noticing that a lot of my comrades, a lot of my fam we're becoming spiritual or quote unquote conscious, but in this consciousness, we are disconnecting it from our physicality. You know what I'm saying? Because we're told this flesh is evil and it pulls us away from God. When in fact, the flesh is nothing but concentrated light. It's nothing but concentrated spirit. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, people's like it pulls you away from God. And I think somewhere in the split, when we were brought into this Western civilization, we lost the connection with our flesh and the earth. And in losing that, it's okay with all this madness that's going on with the earth. We allow people to abuse the earth. We allow people to pollute the water. We allow people to pollute the air. We allow people to basically just rape our mother. You know what I'm saying? And because it's just a piece of rock, you know what I'm saying, really, because that's what we're taught. Because it's just a piece of rock, it don't really matter. You understand? And I want y'all to think about the danger of this mentality. If the earth is just a rock, right? And we're just on a piece of rock, a lifeless thing. We could just do whatever we want with it. But our ancestors never lived like that. You know what I'm saying? And they had some wisdom because they was able to survive damn near 2 million years. You understand what I'm saying? 2 million years. And right now, we're so disconnected from the earth that we're just doing all types of craziness. And we're so disconnected from our body that we're allowing all types of poisons to be pumped into the body and everything that the body come in contact with. And since we're not dealing with that, since we're not battling that aspect, because it's simple, we have separated our spirituality from our body or from our physicality. You know what I'm saying? Those of you that are on the path with me, y'all understand that when Brother Hatim is talking about I am ESP, you understand that there's 5 parts of the human being. And my fault, let me say there's more parts, but we focus on the 5 parts: the intuition, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and the physical. If all those things are not working, I think I left out emotional. So it's intuition, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. If all those pieces are not working, then there's something wrong. It's sort of like a car that the carburetor is broke. Every other part of the engine is working perfectly, but the carburetor is not working. The car is going to shut down. You know what I'm saying? Or the engine is going to be damaged. So we got to make sure all these parts are oiled up and greased up. So for us to neglect our bodies, for us to neglect our physicality, and when we neglect our physicality, we neglect the physicality of the things that are providing for us. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I think even worse, we start projecting our fate on others. It's others' faults and stuff like that. But I spoke about that on mile three, so I won't get back into that. So what I do want to talk about, what I was talking about on mile three, and I have a new vision now, right? So let me just break it down. So when I first started Simba, oh, about almost 18 years ago, I'm thinking. If Simba's 22, it's about 18 years ago, 18, 19 years ago. Well, anyway, when I started Simba, I was unfortunate and fortunate at the same time because at the point in time when I started Simba, I was basically homeless, and members of the underground, my family, was providing me with a space until I was able to get on my feet. Um, and I stayed in their basement. So what I did was I drew out what it was I wanted to do. I wanted to open some houses, not necessarily group homes because the group homes needed a lot of zoning things that I wasn't going to be able to do. So I figured I would get into foster care or something like that. And I drew out how many houses I wanted, and basically once I hit Simba, it came true because I was doing the work. All right, right before well, actually, right after I went to Simba, all the stuff started coming together because right before I went to Simba, I started doing contracts. Um, right after Simba, I had an unfortunate event where one of my brothers was murdered. Brother Pimentel, rest in peace. And I was really excited about introducing Simba to him. But at the same, almost at the same time that he was removed from, well, let's say when he made his transition, um, doors started opening up for me. I found um, through his help, I found a place that I moved into, and it just so happened that the place that he helped me find was right next door to one of his young soldiers. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, I drew all this out in my mind. You know what I'm saying? I drew, and I also drew little diagrams in this basement, and throughout the years, I was able to manifest this. I watched this thing come to life, and I watched it die. You know what I'm saying? So now, a thought hit me as I was doing my on mile three about purchasing an apartment complex. I live in an apartment complex. And I was thinking about purchasing an apartment complex in the city, in whatever city it's in. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to start with Columbus, but developing an organization where we could purchase a, a apartment complex. So I was thinking because we got a lot of these, like Dr. Umar, Brother Umar is talking about starting a school, and he raised $300,000 for the school. I'm, Let me go one step beyond that. Why don't we find a community where if we own the apartments, we could determine who live in it, and we can have a certain criteria for the people that live in it. We want to foster a revolutionary-minded, conscious community, literally, where you can walk outside and you know your kids is going to be safe because they live within a semi-secure environment because everybody in that environment we know. So, and in the center of this community, we will put a community center, a literal community center. Now, it might not be big enough for a basketball, but we can put basketball courts and stuff in it. We have a community center where the people come together for ceremonies, where the people come together for meetings to get information, where they come to learn about different stuff, and also this place will act as a food co-op where food can be distributed, healthy food, where this community goes in together to purchase this food, and all the extra food that's left over, other people from outside the community can come in and purchase. You understand what I'm saying? And inside of this little community, because inside mines is not a mile, it's about a quarter mile around. And the point that I'm saying is that within a community like that, if you had enough like-minded people, you could really change a city. You could change it, at least the area. But I'm just thinking, with that many people, because I'm thinking there's about 300 people in my community, and I know that place can't cost no more than between $1 and $3 million, right? My piece is, why not build a conscious community? We start buying conscious community. We start buying the area where we're gonna have conscious community. We finish out the leases of the people that's there. Since the area will be owned outright, we ain't got to worry about nobody coming in and foreclose. So we don't have to rush it, right? We can start moving people out and moving people in. And instead of having people rent the properties, we'll sell the properties to people, allowing the community to act as its own bank. So if it's a two-bedroom condo, and somebody got 4 kids, you know what I'm saying? Let's say it's a person with 3 kids, and they want to buy they want to renovate 2 individual. All right, let's just say, let me just keep it simple. We have a family. They live in one of the apartment units. So rather than them renting the apartment unit, they would purchase the apartment unit, right? They would purchase the apartment unit, and the only thing they would pay per month would be a fee, so that we can make sure that all the grounds are kept by of course, the organization to keep the grounds clean, which will provide jobs. People will they will be handy people that will be working for this community. They will be able to fix all the houses, because the fee that they will pay per month will go towards that. They will pay a fee, and they will also pay their mortgage. So it will be a portable piece of property, right? People can have ownership, right? And then we can expand from there. See, and I'm sitting up here thinking about this, right? Why not purchase community? Because within that community, if we got enough like-minded people, then when any school that's in the area, we could take control of the school. And let's say we don't like testing. If we got 100 kids in one school, we could say 100, our kids are not taking this damn test. And they're going to have to continue funding, because it's not on the school, it's us that decided we want our children, we want more time to be spent on our children's learning. As a matter of fact, we'll clear out a couple of the units and do a charter school within our community, or a private school within that apartment complex. You see what I'm saying? Because in the area that I live, there is 3 apartment complexes next door to each other. And I mean, it's like the whole area is apartment complexes. And I'm thinking, what if we was to buy all this shit? We got more than enough money to do it. You know what I'm saying? How you know what I'm saying? And we tear down some of the homes, or in between some of the homes, we put, instead of just playgrounds, we put more of like an obstacle play for our children, so that they not only could climb, but the adults go out there and climb and play with them. I want something like the sand pile that I had when I was in Akron, because, you know, you get out there and you can jump and fall in the sand and not get hurt. That's a whole other story. But the point that I'm trying to raise is that if we're serious about nation building, we got to first work on the family, right? But it's kind of a paradox, because it's hard to work on the family when the community is sick. So what would happen if we provided like-minded people with a place where they could come and live affordably? And not only live affordably, but own affordably. You know what I'm saying? What type of changes could you make with people's lives when they can afford to actually exist? You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, let's say we raise enough money to go in and renovate each one of these units. So, you know, we upgraded the houses to where they got geothermal. All these units got geothermal heating and cooling. They had solar panels on top of the house. We installed a few windmills to supplement the energy we had. And around each of the units, we had water reservoirs where water could be caught. You know what I'm saying? And have all the water move towards a centralized thing. And to keep the water bills down, we have our own processing plant for the water. And inside of the community, what if we tore down one of the units and just put a garden in there? I'm just, I mean, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's good to get out the city. Yeah, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But while we in these cities, there are areas and blocks and apartment complexes that we could purchase to really build. You know what I'm saying? Then you got people living in close proximity. You got people saving money. You know everybody can afford to live where they at. So now we could talk about, hey, it's time for us to do some international trips. So we could go on and take these ideas to not only other cities but to other countries. We could at least link up with other people, like-minded people, right? You got a community with some major stuff is going down. I want to send some shots out to Brother Jonathan right now. He is on Spreaker. His show is called Society's Truth, and he's broadcasting at the same time as his big brother. Unfortunately, I can't join him because I'm doing my show, but hey, I'm hyped about this, yo, because the ideas, you know what I'm saying? Because like I got a lot of people that I wouldn't mind living around. I got a lot of people that, you know, because we got kids. I want my kids to be. I want my children to be able to play with their cousins and their little brothers and sisters from all over. Just imagine we had an area where we knew that our kids would be safe. They go outside and play. No matter how big, you ain't nobody gonna come through there speeding and disrespecting the community. It ain't gonna be, you know, because we be able to control the domestic violence because all the dudes that come in, we want to already have checked, and we also gonna let them know, you know, males and females, yo, y'all start acting silly, we gonna put your ass up out of here because we own it. Oh man, dude. What type of people will come out? What type of adult will come out of that if they grew up in that? What type of unity will come up from the children that grew up in that? You know what I'm saying? And in the center, you got a center where Kwanzaa could be celebrated. You can have solstice celebrations. You know what I'm saying? You can have tutoring for the kids to supplement their learning. You can have meetings and history lessons and nation building lessons for the adults, warrior training. Come on, man, listen, y'all. Are you hearing this? This is the solution. I mean, I ain't gonna say the only, but and then you got this many people concentrated in the area. You got a voting block. I mean, do you hear this? You got a voting block. So, you know, that was something I was thinking about. You know, these on-mile threes really make me think, you know, because when I'm running, I'm like, man, because it's like I'm so sick of, for example, like the police couldn't roll up into a spot like that unless we invited them in. Actually, we could put a gate on the front of it if we want. Where the only cars that can get in is the cars we want. You know what I'm saying? In a community like that, you control who comes into the community. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always going to have somebody like, for example, when some of the elders that are retired, that their savings is not being able to keep up with the lifestyle that they want to lead or the houses that they got. Well, some of them moved in there. So we can have them. They could be the ones letting us know what's going on in our community. And we will know immediately to get over there because, you know, elders don't be playing. Some of them, especially some of the old ladies, you know what I'm saying? They know they got a nice, safe place to live, and they feel safe, and they ain't worried about nobody. They going to be speaking their mind, letting you know, hey, that's crazy. I ain't talking about no ratchet old ladies. I'm talking about just real, genuine elders that's going to be walking around and playing with the kids, tutoring the kids, teaching the kids important life lessons, not just mathematics. Mathematics is important. But I want Cleveland, I want Gina, I want Sasha, I want my grandkids to not only come together with each other, but I want them to come together and get some wisdom from some of these elders before they move on. But we can't do that. Why? Because we all spread out. You know, everybody got to have their own fucking space. You know what I'm saying? So why not build a community where everybody can have their space? When you get tired of people, you go into your house, close the door, and turn on the TV, and until you calm down. Then you come out. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you're coming out to a community, and we have a community festival. We could close off our area and have a block party within our whole unit. Oh my God, that's just dope. That's dope. I know y'all like that. I know you like that. You know what I'm saying? See, and this is how my mind thinks. So I got to think about what I'm gonna call the project, but I have to start writing on it. But I already drew it out. Because I'm looking at the apartment complex in there. Not necessarily that I want to buy that, but something can be done like this. This is not hard because I'm telling you, those places can't cost no more than $1 to $3 million, and we could raise that. There's enough people out there that would support an idea like this just to see if it works. And if we talking about within the inner city doing energy conservation, looking at alternative modes of energy, alternative modes of living, because I would like to hook all the units up in a way to where all the water that flows out will flow either in big containers that will be held for each unit, you understand, to be used as non-potable water, or have a big pool or something up underground that we could use the water. You know what I'm saying? Where we could store water just in case. Be able to purify the water. I mean, I'm on some other shit. Use the water to water the garden. Use the water that we catch to fill the pool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's so many different things that we can use the water for. Use the water as so we can set up a spray park for our kids. So when it's super hot like this, they just go out there and play. But we ain't got to worry about the water bill. You know why? Because we caught the water from the sky. You know what I'm saying? We got plenty of plants around there. We got plants growing. We got a garden growing. We got fresh fruits and vegetables coming into the community. And we got connection with local farmers where we are bringing in fresh eggs. You know what I'm saying? We're bringing in fresh fruits and vegetables that are available in this area into the place. And we growing them too. Oh, my God. But, hey, that's one of the things I'm going to be working on, right? So that's basically it for me right now. You know what I'm saying? I know usually I do FreeStyle Fridays a little bit longer, but hey, ain't nobody called in. I'm cool. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm sore. I need to get some sleep. I gotta run on Sunday. And I ain't gonna try. I'm gonna hit my 3 miles because once I get going, I'm cool. But it's just all a matter of getting this body moving. I gotta get it moving. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get it moving, and that's what I'm trying to do. But hey, those of you that's joining me on Spreaker, you call me at 614-556-4535. 556-4535. Alright? And that's the line. The line is always open. It's 614-556-4535, or if you're on the internet, you can hit me up at uberconference.com/HA2 TIMGYENYAME. Tim Gye-Nyame. Alright. So, now, I ain't got no music because I can't play no music for those of you that's on Uber Conference, right? So, but I'm going to be changing that real soon. Those of you that's on Spreaker, you know, I can play music for you, but right now I don't have it linked up, so I don't want to do that right now. I ain't going to do that like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the show to an end. But I want y'all to really think about that. I'm putting this out there because I think that's something that can be done. I really think, and as a matter of fact, I know it's being done in other communities. I'm saying, as far as us as the black community, we could do that. And we could do it in the city, or we could find some property out in the woods and we could build. But the point I'm saying is that a lot of these apartment complexes are up and available for sale. That we could, I drove by, I seen about 2 or 3 of them that were empty. You know what I'm saying? Not the best location, but just the peace. If we get the true warriors up in there, we can control who comes up in there. You know what I'm saying? And we always got to put that mind state in our children so that when they come back to visit us from wherever we send them to, they're coming back with that. Hey, this is our area, and we will control it. You ain't allowed to come up in here. See, that's true. That's training them on running and maintaining their community, right? But yo, this brother Hatim, I want to thank you for tuning in and checking me out. Um, so I'm gonna go and get up and get out of here because I'm tired. And with that, brother Hatim says, peace.